hustle was growing. I need it required more time than the assistant director position. So I had to come into I came into a positions. I had to take a decisions whether am I gonna stuck in a place or do I need to take the risk and give my full capacity to the business and to take the decision to do that. So I had to take a decision because it was my passion. So I always wanted to do something. So it was my passion. So I had to take a decision whether I'm gonna hold into a secure job or like I'm gonna continue my life with my passion, doing my passion.
In my observation, because what I understanding is you got into the entrepreneurship, you noticed you were here because when you were at your previous position it was capped where you can be, and now you're here, the universe is your opportunity. You're like, I have all of these things. It's
Hi everyone, welcome to the 5th episode of the Sisterhood podcast, the Founders podcast. Today we are going to talk to Bhagya, who is a founder of Blue Fish Ceylon. Believe it or not, it is one of the tastiest tuna chunks I have, actually mackerel I think I bought, mackerel chunks I have eaten. My picky son who wouldn't eat tuna at all loved it. And then we figured, who is this person behind this business? And I happened to meet her at the Good Market, and I wanted to talk to her more and understand how did she get here. And what she told me at the Good Market was such an interesting story that I was like, Rushma, we have to call her onto our podcast. So let's start. Bhagya, give us a brief introduction about who you are and how you got here.
Hi Zara and hi Rushma. I think I got you right? Hi Rushma. So first of all, thank you for inviting me to join your podcast. I'm Bhagya Sandakelum. I am the founder of Blue Fish Ceylon Private Limited. I'm not a person who comes from a business or a entrepreneurship background. As my education, I studied planning. I did my bachelor's in town and country planning, and I have a master in regional development planning. So I'm coming from a planning background, and my parents are also not coming from a business background. I'm the first one, at least, to have this kind of a business. None of my family members even have a small kade. None of them are coming from a business background. So during my university period also, I just have, like, even my parents had the mindset of, I'm from a rural background, so we just have a ru- back mindset of like, okay, if it's a woman, she should have a stable government job. So that is the mindset which my parents and even I also had the same mindset. Based on that, soon after I got graduated, I got a recruitment from a government officer. So I joined Mahavali Authority as a project planning officer. Then after a few years, I got promoted as assistant director. During that period, during this period, I got married and I had a children. I had a kid. So I had faced my personal issues, like kind of I gone through things with this pregnancy and a childbirth. So during that period, I will talk about that later with the discussion going on, with the conversation going on. So I found this business as a solution for the issues which I faced during that period. So I am a person who love to feed. Like, I'm a person who need that feedback. I love cooking. So I think cooking is in my blood. So I'm a person who always cook, and not only the cook, I'm a person who need the feedback. So I always need the feedback from others. So that was, the cooking was in my blood. And I had this passionate about the healthy food and the cooking. So with the basic of that, I have started a separate business. It's the first business which I started, actually a fitting box. It's a food healthy food delivery system. But then the COVID hit. I had to stop. I have to stop it. I had the customers, and not a big one, just few customers. I was doing the deliveries while I was working. But then the COVID hit and I had to stop it. So during this COVID period, I found a way to make homemade canned fish at home. So then eventually business start growing. So then I noticed that I had to take a decisions whether I'm gonna keep it as a side hustle or whether I'm going to give my full strength to the business. So I had to take a decision to give my full strength to the business. So then I resigned 2 years ago, and now I am doing Blue Fish Ceylon as my full time. This is my life now. So this is my life now. I started actually in as a kitchen experiment during the COVID period. By last November, we have been able to move into a factory level, and now we are working on getting the ISO certification.
Wow.
So that's last December, means the factory level. That's like less than 6 months, isn't it? Now we are recording in May.
Yeah, it's been we have moved into factory level by last November. I have started the business during the COVID. It's been this is our fifth year of us.
Fifth year.
Yes.
She's
So
hired 2 years ago. She left her job 2 years ago and came into.
2 years, yes.
yes, of course. Okay, but that is quite impressive from coming from a background of having no business business knowledge whatsoever. How did your like maybe planning knowledge or like your experiences, I mean you spoke of your even personal experiences, if you don't mind to share with the others, like how did it strengthen you to move into this entrepreneurial journey? Like how did it help actually?
Even though I just wanted to do a government job, I mean, actually, it's not me. My parents wanted to. My parents wanted to say, okay, my daughter is doing this, she's
Yeah.
this. So that is what the mindset of my parent. During that period, what I have learned is like especially when it comes to government, it's a stable job. So all the things are rule. You know what you are doing. Everything is as
Standard.
a standard. Everything has a standard, and like you know what's happening.
Certain.
Nothing during you know what's happening. And at the same time I found out like I have worked there for 10 years actually. So during the 10 years what I found out was that what was doing is not challenging me and not improving my knowledge. I just felt like I'm stuck in a place where I couldn't expand myself, my strength, my knowledge, or whatever the things. I'm being stuck into a certain work lot, a kind of a structural based.
Predictable life.
Predictable, yes, it's a predictable. Actually, it's a predictable. You know what's happening. Everything you know, it's a predictable. I found myself stuck in a place where it's predictable. At the same time, it's not challenging my strength, my knowledge.
You wanted
It was not. I just wanted to do something. It was in my blood. So I'm a girl. Even in my when I was in school, I'm a girl who kind of go for a challenge kind of a things. So I'm not that girl type of a one. So I'm always go for the challenges. I'm always into this what do you call it, extracurricular activities. So I had something. I had always in my mind, okay, I just want to do something. I just want to do something. Do something. This is not my thing. I want to do something. So then, but I don't know what it was. I want to do something, but I didn't know what it was. So I thought when I was entered the university, I thought, okay, planning was my thing. I want to be a planner. I want to do something for my town. I just wanted to create a good plan for my town. That's the mindset I had when I was entered the university. But during that time, I realized, okay, that's not, you cannot just create a plan for your town, even though you want it. There's this structure because you work for the government. There's this structure, so you cannot go beyond that. So then I realized,
much
okay,
red tape. Which
Sorry?
town are you from, by the way?
I'm from Hangurankhetha.
Oh, Candy.
Candy.
We are also from there.
Okay.
Oh yeah, both of us are from Candy actually.
Okay, I'm from Hangurankit. I'm Hangurankit, is not actually from Hangurankit. I have to go far away from there. I born in a very rural village. So, so then during that, I mean, then I got then I got my first job in Mahavali Authority as a project planning officer. So I thought, okay, at least I can do something. So I can do something. So,
Yeah.
but then I realized during that period, okay, I'm just doing the same thing continuously for a period of time. I was doing the same thing. So then I thought, okay, no, this is not my life. I just want to do something. So then I applied. Then I got this promotion. So I thought, okay. Then I thought, okay, I can do something.
Can do more.
Even though that period, what I realized, I'm being stuck. Though I'm getting the promotions, though I'm getting the everything, but I feel myself stuck in a place. So then I got married. I got married when I was in my university period. So I married a bit early. So I soon after I got my son. I was overweighted. So I'm talking about the issue what I face, right? No, I need you have asked about how I move into the
No,
government
that's
sector.
okay. No,
That
I mean this issue itself led to where you are, right? So it's
yes,
fine. You can.
that's the main reasons led me to where I am today right now. So then I was overweighted. So during that period, I traveled from I got married and I lived in Polgahavela. So I was just traveling to Polgahavela to my workplace
Wow.
daily. So yeah, I was traveling by train. I was traveling daily to Polgahavela to my workplace. So
So
even
your
though when
workplace was in Colombo, Mahavali
Kalambu,
Authority.
Ibangala, yes, it's town hall. It's in
Oh,
town hall. So I was daily traveling to Polgahavela to
wow,
Candy. Even during my pregnancy period, I was traveling. So then
wow.
then I got my son and I was overweighted. I got my son and everything comes at once. So I was suffering from postpartum depressions. I was overweighted. I had to travel issues. I had this baby issues. Who's going to take care of baby and everything comes
Yeah,
at once.
yeah,
So then during that period, anyhow, we managed that time. We managed that time. So, but I had faced several issues because of my overweight. Like, let's say one day I remember I got down from Maradana station. I am traveling to the town hall by a tuk, and there was this girl who asked to share my three-wheel. So I was sharing my three-wheel, and she was like, she asked me, "Where are you going, Aunty?" So I was so, I know at that period I was just 25. With her look, I know she must be like a very 1 or 2 years younger than me, but she started calling me Aunty. I was just 25 when when I had the baby. So
yeah,
then it was kind of a hit for me. Like someone is young, 1 or 2 years younger than me, calling me auntie, kind of a hit for me. So,
yeah,
and at the same time, there were a few incidents which I faced personally because of my overweight. I couldn't wear something. I couldn't find any clothes because of my overweight. So I wanted to look nice. There was nothing, no clothes available. So I just wanted to I feel like okay, I'm stuck again. I need to get out of this. I felt like
mhm,
okay, I'm stuck. I know this is not me. I just wanted to do something. As previous I mentioned, I had this mindset of I want to do something. That was also there, and I feel like okay, this is not me. So then I realized, okay, I just wanted to do something. Then suddenly I felt like, okay, no, I just want to lose weight. It was just a sudden call. Like I was at office doing my work. I felt like, no, I just want to lose weight. I need to start going to the gym. I stopped all my work. I searched gym close to my home. I found one. I just called at that time I called them and I thought, okay, no, I'm gonna start it. So I called them. I went there. After the office, I went there. So then I found the factors, healthy eating, how this food affect your weight, how it's gonna affect health and wellness. So eventually, with the healthy eating and the proper workout, I managed to lose more than 30 kilos within a year.
Well
wow.
done. Amazing.
That's impressive. 30 kilos.
So, so it's been a 360 transformation for me, which is how I look and how I have become after that was a kind of a 360 kind of a transformation. That period I found, because as I mentioned, I'm a person who love to cook. So I found myself that, okay, I do have the passionate about cooking and I do love to eat healthy. So during that period, we lived in Homagama. So I was, as usual, I was traveling from Homagama to my workplace. But with this fitness journey, I had to cook, I have to separately prepare my food. So I had to I had to separately prepare my food, and at the same time, my son was just attending to the nursery. So I had to prepare a separate one for him as well.
Yeah.
So it was a big challenge for me during that time because I had to travel, I had to manage the time to the office, I had to manage separate food for my kids, separate one for the husband, separate one for me. So it was very challenging for me at that period. But during that period, I found there's a gap in the market. It's a personal challenge which I face because when it comes to healthy eating, the protein plays a major role in the diet. So
Yeah.
I found there's a gap in the market for a ready to eat healthy protein source because as a personal challenge, when it comes to chicken, I had to allocate a separate time to clean it, cut it, and prepare it for myself. When it comes to fish, there's a huge challenge. So I had to, yeah, there's a huge challenge. You know the challenge.
Yeah, of
How you
course.
face what you face when you're cleaning a fish. I was thinking like, okay, what can I do for this one? What are the other things? What are the other options I can go for? So then one day I was just doing my shopping and I was stopping this canfish sections and I thought, okay, canfish, it's a fish and it's a protein source. Why not people are having it like a daily lifestyle product? Like we as a household, like as a wife, I don't even buy canfish. I was like, why? I remember the time I was keeping a canfish in my hand and thinking like, why not people are eating this one? Why this is not popular among people? That idea was in my mind, like, uh, why not? Like, why not? That question was in my mind. So it was the time was just passed on. So then I thought like, okay, I just want to do something. So apart from the protein thing, I thought okay, the main issue what I'm facing was preparing a healthy meal. That's the though the protein is the issues, the main thing was the like preparing my healthy meal as per my diet plan. So I thought, okay, I am facing the same issue. So there are people who face the same issue. So I just wanted to do something. So I start fitting books like a healthy meal delivery system. So I was prepared because it's not a because already I'm doing it for myself. So I only have to prepare a separate one, extra one for the customers. So I was doing that. I was doing that while I was working. Like I was taking the orders from Homagama to Colombo. Uh,
Oh, wow.
yeah, by traveling a train. I was traveling by a train as usual. So I was prepare the customer orders at home in the morning, and I was bringing it to the office, and customers can pick it up from my office. So then I was doing the deliveries like during the lunchtime. I was doing the deliveries. I was sending in a tuk or something. But then the COVID hit. So then the COVID hit. Like we are working from home. Then all the issues came. I couldn't. One. I couldn't. I couldn't continue what I was doing. So I had to stop it. So at that period, I hope you guys remember there's a fish price become very cheap. Like we brought 1 kilos of fish for just for 300 to 250 rupees. So
Yeah.
one day husband brought I think as I remember he brought somewhere around 3 kilos of fish, saying that it's very cheap. It was just 200 rupees. So I brought it. So I was like, what are we going to so I don't know what to do. So I just need to find a way to preserve it. So then I found a way, like I was just Googling and I found a way like to make salmon at home. Like the usual way, how we call it, how to make it at home. So to that recipe, I added my own twist. I'm that person. I'm a person who love to cook and I do my own twist and I love to get the feedback. It was me. It was me from the childhood, from the day I learned to cook. I was that person. It was in my blood, and that's who Bhagya is. So I added my own twist. It came out so well. I thought, why not sell it? Because I'm not seeing anything like this in the market. It's so damn good. Why not sell it? So I took a few pictures. It was a COVID period. Everyone was in online, Facebook and Facebook groups, and everything was the place. So I took few pictures and I posted that to the few Facebook groups. I got orders actually, and I got orders, and at the same time, I had the plastic containers which I already brought for the previous one, the fit-in box one. So
Right.
I made the product and I put it into the same the transparent plastic container, and I add the sticky note. I was writing down the ingredients and how to use and the instruction in a sticky note.
Oh.
And I stick it. I stick that on the transparent box, and I just deliver it. Then the customers who brought it start commenting on the same post saying, "Okay, I brought this one. It's so good," and they start recommending. So then that is the starting point of my entrepreneurship. Not the entrepreneur. That's the starting point of Blue Fish Ceylon.
Wow. But just to get back, I mean, canned fish is dominated by big companies, right?
Yeah.
And like a lot of companies who do canned fish or actually own boats also, and they fish and are a full supply chain again, right?
Yes, I know.
So why did you think this would be a good place for just like a small entrepreneur to start with? So it's such a big industry.
Yeah, I know it's such a big industry because I told you, right? Like we live. See, I'm a planner, so I know that we live in an island, but we don't do nothing for the fish around us. It just we export it. Either we export it as a raw fish, what you usually brought from the market. Nothing else. You cannot find nothing else in the market. A value additions to that one.
Yes.
So the main blue fish and the no, I intentionally didn't want to start a canned fish business. I just wanted to create the solutions which I have faced during my weight loss journey. That's finding a ready to eat healthy protein source.
Yeah.
The fish, it just eventually came to me. So I found the way to make it at home. So I added my own twist and realized, okay, there's a gap in the market for a value added ready to eat fish. So that's the starting point of the canned fish. I didn't intentionally wanted to start the canned fish one. I just wanted to create a solution for the issues which I face. So then by creating the solution, I found, okay, there's a gap in the market for a ready to eat healthy protein source plus the fish. There's no value added fish in the market.
Yeah.
I didn't do canned fish at the beginning. I was just making it and putting into a container and sending that one. But with the demand, I realized, okay, I cannot continue the same way how I have been started. I had to come up with a new solutions. So I thought, okay, I need to find a new packaging. So I thought, okay, why not trying to jar the product, because I was sending it in a plastic container. So the main issue was the shelf life. So I need to find a way how to preserve it. So I thought, okay, I need to put it into a jar. Then I was doing my research and I found, okay, that the method of doing it, but the machineries are not available. Machineries are available, but with my situations, I was doing it in my home, my kitchen. I couldn't brought a machines, like the machines are available. The techniques available in the market it's a huge complex. It's a complex one. Even though right now it's a complex process to do the canned fish. So the machineries are quite pricey, and you need to have a separate locations to keep those machineries and do it like the way, do it in the technical way. So when I'm doing the jars, I remember the time I called for a technical expert in ITI and I asked, okay, I was planning to do something like that. How can I do it at my home? He mentions the method of retort. If you don't know the method of canning, we call it retort process. So he told, okay,
Yeah.
there's a method called retort. So you need to have a retort machine. So I thought, okay, how much is the retort machine? So he mentioned about the price and things. So it's kind of it's a huge, it's a dream for me to buy a machine like that during that period. So I was doing my research. I was looking at, I was Googling, I was doing YouTube, I was asking the people how to do it, but I couldn't find any solutions. Then one day I found a YouTube video saying, okay, there's this pressure canning one, but when it comes to Sri Lanka, it's not available in Sri Lanka. Pressure canning is not available in Sri Lanka. The similar machines which is available in the Sri Lanka is used for medical purposes, not the food production one. But I just wanted to do something that
You had the fun.
I thought, okay, why I just want to try this one. Without buying that one. So I thought, okay, no, I just want to try it out. Though I failed, I just wanted to give it a try and fail. So I thought, okay, no, I'm gonna invest the money which I have earned to buy that machine. So I brought it. Even I mentioned the resource person asking, okay, can't we use this machine to do the process? He said no. He's a technical person, so he said no, you can't do it. Like it's a glass bottle. It's you cannot do it at home. But it worked.
Oh,
it actually worked.
that's because you tried. I mean,
yeah, I brought the machine. I trust my gut, and I took the risk. I brought the machine. I tested it, and it worked.
Well calculated, Bhagya.
So it worked. So even I moved into a factory level, we were using the same machineries. Then I brought a separate. Then I brought another one, a large capacity one. But we were using the same machines until we move into the factory level. Nothing happened to us. So what I realized was the technical method written in the books didn't work.
Yeah.
Don't yeah.
ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ knowledge එක තියෙනවා, but like they don't try something,
they don't
right?
try, or they don't I think they are, most of them are rely on the theory, but to the practical, the theory doesn't work. You have to learn it by yourself. You have to learn it by doing yourself. Even though right now the process what we are doing, there's the theoretical part and there's the practical part. Some of the method, some of the, let's say when you come to a certain process, in a theoretical part they mentions, okay, you have to keep it for a 10 minutes of process time, but when it comes to theoretical, that 10 minutes doesn't work. You'll have to learn it by doing yourself. It doesn't work for the way how you're doing it. You'll have to find out by the process by yourself.
So no one, Bhagya, I want to talk about like how amazing your journey is. You went from a girl who just wants to do something since she was a kid, had a fire in her to do something, to getting into planning, which is structured, predictable, certain government, to a whole field and area where everything is uncertain. Entrepreneurship is so uncertain till you get onto it, you find the rhythm. Look at your this pressurized canning also. Okay, I don't know. Let me try. That's amazing. And Bhagya, I have a question that I want to ask you. You were talking about how you stayed with your job and you were doing the business as well. Okay. And then 2 years ago, you made that decision from, am I going to keep this my hustle or is this going to become my life, right? Can you talk about how you made that decision? Because that's such a massive one where you're letting go of certainty and you're jumping into uncertainty.
Yeah.
Right. So can you tell us about how you did that? Like what tips would you give other entrepreneurs maybe in your position or who are thinking to start out?
For me, I will talk about my personal experience. So for
Oh,
me,
okay.
though I was handling a good positions, when I was resigning, I was the assistant director planning. So that that's the highest level you can go with the qualifications which I had. So I have been achieved. I have been gone to the highest level which my education can take me to. So though I achieved it, I felt like I have been at the I was doing this at the same time. I was doing a Bluefish as a side hustle. So then at that during that period when I'm taking the decision during that period, the main thing I faced was, though I'm holding the good position in the government sector, I'm being stuck in a place where I couldn't
Tap your
reach
whole.
to, yeah, where I couldn't reach to the next level, where
You couldn't reach your potential. There
Yeah.
was no
reach to my potential, reach to my high potentials, and at the same time I couldn't allocate my time for my business as well.
You
Because
need.
because at the same time my side hustle was growing. I need it required more time than than the assistant director position. So I had to come into I came into positions. I had to take a decisions whether am I gonna stuck in a place, or do I need to take the risk and give my full capacity to the business, and uh, to take the decision to do that. So I had to take a decision because it was my passion. So I always wanted to do something. So it was my passion. So I had to take a decision whether I'm gonna hold into a secure job, or like I'm gonna continue my life with my passion, doing my passion. So I had to take a decision. And at the same time, I actually didn't tell my family about that I'm resigning. They didn't know that I'm gonna resign. They didn't know that I'm doing a job. I'm doing a Bluefish, because I had to keep it I had to keep it as a secret for them for a 5 years of period, because the mindset,
Wow.
yeah, for 5 years of period, because of the mindset which they are having. The day I told them about that I'm doing this was like, because I live separately. I'm married and I live separately. They live in Hangurankes, I live in Colombo. So when the time they are coming to my place, it's just twice a year or something. So it's easy for me to lock down everything into a room and say it's a sorrow. So it was easy for me to hide things. The day I told them is before opening the factory, 2 days before opening the factory, I invite them for a visit and told them, okay, this is what I do right now.
Wow. How did your parents react? What was their reaction?
They were happy, though my mom, they were happy, but at the same time my mom's first questions was like, අපරාදෙන් at the government job එකක් අතෑරිය, can't you do it while doing the same?
Oh.
අර pension එකටද?
No, it's just like a job security. That's the mindset, because my mom is a teacher, so they do have this mindset of, okay, if a woman, she need to have a kind of a secure, because it's a when it comes to entrepreneurship, it's always unpredictable.
Yeah.
So the uncertainty is, your life is totally uncertain. You don't know what's gonna happen next minute.
And you know,
How was your husband? Was he like supportive?
No, he's supportive. So he's not a person who question and thinks what you do and do this, and he's not a person who question and demand. So he was just supporting for what I do.
nice.
That's good at least. Not a lot of women entrepreneurs. I mean, like there are a lot of women who start home-based businesses, but not a lot of them reach the scale you have reached. In a sense, at a medium level, like ගොඩක් කට්ටිය නෑ, right? Like factory එකක් හදාගන්න. So like how did you perceive yourself? Because like a lot of people think, Hari, I want to start a business because I want to work from home, or I want to look after my kids. It's easy to start from home. But then our ambition maker, like to take it to the next level, a lot of people become, like hesitate. But like how was it for you? Like, what made you think, no, I have to move beyond this. I'm going to be like a big player one day.
And just to
Uh,
once add on
yeah.
to Zara's question also, the perception and the expectation of mothers as well ties into this, right? Like, you are a career woman now, Hari, you have a kid, you better focus, make the kid your full priority first, then you can do your main business, can be your life hustle, but your child has to be like this. So how did you negotiate that? And wonderful questions are, I just wanted to add on to that, Bhagya. Can you touch on that? It's very
Yeah, I will answer yours and then move to Sarah then. As a mother, my son, he's not a troublemaking one. He was always supporting me. So it's not about like a lot of mothers is I don't have a time. Like it's not about you don't have a time. You don't know how to manage it. If you manage it properly, you can allocate time properly for each and everyone and each and every perk. I don't know how to say, like I didn't.
That's your
I was actually managing it.
planning
It's
mentality coming.
it's planning. Yeah. But let's say while I was doing my during the daytime, my son attended the daycare. So I had the time to do my own work, and afterward he came. Right, when the time he understand what I doing, so I asked him to I asked him his help as well, like just to stick a label. I incorporate his help and him to my work as well. So I was telling him, okay, this is what Amma doing right now. So he was more happy than I was working as assistant director. He was more happy saying, okay, my mother is the owner of Blue Fish Ceylon. He was more happy to say that. Then I realized, okay, that's what a kid needs. Even though my mom was a working mom, my mom was a teacher, so I know that feeling to see how much of hustle your mom's going through to make your life a better place. That's that I felt like he understands that I'm doing it because not to get things for myself, it's just for the family. So he understands that.
wow.
Yeah, we were just kind of like, I don't know how to say, like I cannot say that I don't have time to manage it. I do have time to manage, and I actually manage the time. I cannot say that I didn't have the time to look after him. I do have time to look after him. I actually do have the time to go to the gym, do the work, to prepare my meal separately. Now right now it's kind of a bit of a hassle because with the expansion and thing, the workload is much. So even though with a kind of a kind of a busy schedule, I do incorporate my son to my work. Actually, I'm asking him, okay, can you just do this? Can you just come and sit with me and look what Amma is doing right now? So we always having a chat like, okay, this is this is how my day and how's your day, and we always share things. So he know the daily struggle what I'm going, and I know what is he doing. So we share things, like there's no secret in between us. So I think it become a bit of a hard when you, like, if you're an entrepreneur and if you're a mom, it's kind of become a bit hard if you not incorporate your son to your work, because he or she will always feel like, okay, Amma is doing something, but I don't know what she's doing. I'm just doing something, now she's doing something, I don't know what she's doing. They will have a question in their mind, okay, she seems busy, but I don't know what she's doing.
Yeah, they want it answered.
They need the answers. They need the answers. Yes.
At the end of the day, what matters is you're spending time with him, right?
Yes. End of the day, what matter is spending time with you. And you asked something, and I'm really sorry.
About the going from small to medium to eventually one day you will become big. So, about that kind of ambition as an entrepreneur, as a female entrepreneur, how do you see it?
I believe if you're not a businessman, if you're an entrepreneur, that is what you have to do. You cannot, if you're an entrepreneur, that is the mindset you have to have. Like, okay, I have started something. I cannot stop it like in a middle. Like, let's say, if you have start doing a business, you cannot. There's no limit for it. You have to take it to the where you can take it. You have to take it to the highest place where you can take it with your capacity. So that's the mindset what I am having. Like, even though it's not, let's say I'm a person, though whatever the things I do, I do it, I take it to the highest place where I can take it. Even if it's education, I try to take it to the highest place where I am capable and where I can take it. So if I'm doing, if I like, the same as for the Maha Valley, though I get the job as a project planning officer, I just wanted to go to the place where I can reach to my highest position. So that's always in my, it's the mindset what I'm having. That's why I don't want to stop it in a mid level. Like I just wanted to take it to the highest positions. Though I have started in a kitchen as a kitchen experiment, I didn't had the mindset of saying, okay, I'm going to start something which I am going to take into this level. That's not how I have started it. But when I have started something, I wanted to take it to the highest place. At the beginning, when I'm starting these things, I just wanted to do something. I didn't had a goal. I didn't had a big plan, a big picture, or a big goal to take it. Okay, I'm going to take it to this level. Kela plan ekak I didn't have.
Oh.
But eventually, with the time, I realized, okay, this is not the place where I want to stop it. So you add value, you add goals to your business. You add value. You learn things. That was you are learning. Okay. Then other mother product තුනක් තියෙනවා නම් I am thinking, okay, now I'm having 3 products, I have to stop it. Okay. No, for me, I think entrepreneurs have to have a kind of a mindset. Okay, ඊළඟට මොනවද කරන්න? What next? What next?
You are like the growth mindset embodied. Okay, so your growth mindset embodied in my observation, because what I understanding is you got into the entrepreneurship. You noticed you were here because when you were at your previous position, it was capped where you can be. And now you're here, the universe is your opportunity. You're like, I have all of these things. It's limitless where I can go, and I'm going to see where I can take. And it sounds like in the now, you're deciding, okay, now what more can I do?
Yeah.
So you're not sitting in the space of, I'm thinking about my future goal, business මෙහෙම වෙන්න ඕනේ, මෙහෙම වෙන්න ඕනේ කියලා stress වෙලා ඉන්නේ නැහැ. ඔයා දැන් වර්තමානයෙන් කල්පනා කරන්නේ හරි. දැන් මට මේ products තුනක් තියෙනවා. This is going now. What can I add on? It's like, I don't want to stop here. I'll go to the next step. So that's really nice. It's a great way of managing the anxieties of a success for a business as well.
True, but we have to stop our podcast now. So finally, I just want to ask, like, then government again, වැඩ කරන ගොඩක් officers like, you know, like they all, a lot of them have side hustles, right? Like even a lot of us have side hustles. Do you think, in your experience, entrepreneurship is for everybody?
No, that's not for entrepreneurship is, I mean, like, entrepreneurship, like, you can do a business, but you cannot be an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship is not for everyone. Like entrepreneurship කියන්නේ නිකම් business එකක් පටන් ගන්න එකක්, like okay මට මම දැන් business එකක් පටන් ගන්න ඕනේ, I want to do something කියලා නිකන් එහෙම randomly okay මෙයාත් මොනවා හරි හදනවා, okay I can also do the same කියලා පටන් ගන්න එකක් නෙමෙයි. entrepreneurship එකක් කියන්නේ mainly this ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙනවා, ඔයා උත්තරයක් හොයනවා, ඒ ප්‍රශ්නේ කියන එක අද නතර වෙන්නේ නැහැනේ. ඒ ප්‍රශ්නේ කියන එක හෙටක් තියෙනවා, future එකෙත් තියෙනවා. ඒක end එක different shapes වලට යනවා මිසක් අද වෙනකොට ඒක නතර වෙන්නේ. So you need to have a mindset of like, okay, හරි මේ ප්‍රශ්නේ වෙන විදියකට ආවොත් මම කොහොමද මේකට උත්තර දෙන්නේ? මේක ඒ journey එක යනකොට there's a lot of things you have to manage. Like mainly I think entrepreneur කෙනෙක් නම් he or she must have a highest level of emotional grit කියන එක තියෙන්න ඕනේ. That is the main thing what we are facing right now. Like, you have to take the decisions. Like decisions කියන්නේ අපි මේ ලේසියෙන් ගන්න decisions නෙමෙයි. You have to take the decisions. ඒක අනිත් මනුස්සයාට impact වෙනවා. මොකද්ද කරන්නේ decision එක කියන එක impact වෙනවා. සමහරක් ඒවා hard decisions ගන්න වෙනවා. Like, as an example, like I recently take a decision. It is been kind of like හරි අමාරුයි ඒක decision එක ගන්න, but for the sake of the business you have to take that decision. ඔයා මොන හරි business එකක් අල්ලගත්තා, ඒක ඔයාට මග නවත්තන්න බෑ මොන දේ වුණත්. සමහරක් ඒවා හරි emotional. හැබැයි ඒතකොට decision එක ගන්න වෙනවා ඔයා entrepreneurship එකේ යන ගමන් ඔබගද පටන් ගත්ත එක ඔයාගේ විතරක් හින්දා නෙමෙයි because now it's affecting. දැන් මම business එක නතර කරා දැන් මට ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා. නම් blue fish එක පටන් ගන්න අවදි මට ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා මගේ මොනවා හරි වෙනවා කියලා. I cannot stop blue fish right now because it's been impact for the customers. ඒක බලාගෙන ඉන්න customers වලට බලපානවා. ඒක trust කරන අයට බලපානවා. ඊළඟට කවුරු හරි එන්න ඉන්නවා නම් මේ වගේ business එකක් කරන්න ඉන්න කියලා it's affecting to them as well. because මම කරන මගේ behavior එක it's impact for them as well. මම එහෙම කරපු දවසට අනිත් තව මිනිස්සෙක් ඔයා trust කරන්නේ නැහැ someone like මං වගේ තව කෙනෙක් ආවොත් එහෙම අර ඒ customer අර මට තිබ්බ trust මම ඒක break කරා නම් එයා ඒ අරකට trust එකක් තියන්නේ නැහැනේ because I break that trust so ඔයාට ඒක කරන්න බෑ if you are an entrepreneur business කරන්න පුළුවන් people do that like okay කවුරු හරි cake I'm not like discriminate මොනවත් කරන්නේ I'm just taking as example let's say okay යාර cake හදනවා okay I can also do the cake but you need entrepreneur කෙනෙක් නම් you need to make sure what makes you differentiate from what others do ඔයගේ එක මොකද්ද special වෙන්නේ අයියෝ ඒක කරන්නේ at the same time like මොන දේ කරත් I believe අපි product එකක් if it's a product ඒක product එකම විතරක් නෙමෙයි it's just you ඔයාව තමයි ඔයාගේ values තමයි ඔය product එකක් විදිහට එළියට දාන්නේ ඒක මම හරියට විශ්වාස කරන දෙයක් like ඔයා කොච්චර product එකක් කරන්න පුළුවන් මොන දේ ඔයා කරත් අර ඒක ඒ value එක ඔයාගේ ඇඟේ නැත්තම් මම හොඳම දේ දෙන්න ඕනේ කියන එක ඔයාගේ ඇඟේම නැත්තම් you will do it for a certain period of time not for a lifetime ඔය එක දිගටම කරන්නේ ඔය certain period එකක් වෙනකල් ඔයා හොඳම දේ දෙනවා හැබැයි issues ආව ගමන් ඔයා because that's not you ඒක මොන කරන දේ මොන හරි දෙයක් ඇඩ් කරනවා ඒක ඇඟේම තියෙනවා ගොඩක් අය කරනවා yes I know that ගොඩක් අය කරනවා ඒකයි මම කියන්නේ ඔයා මොන හරි දෙයක් කරනවා නම් මොකක් if it's a business ඔයා හිතනවා හරි මේකට මම හොඳම දේ දාලා කරනවා කියන එක නම් ඒ හොඳම දේ දාලා කරනවා කියන එක ඔයාගේ ඇඟේම තියෙන්න ඕනේ. කියන්නේ whatever the issue කියන මොන ප්‍රශ්නයාවත් මොන දේ වුණත් ඔයාට ඒ quality එක කියන එක drop කරන්න බෑ. even though I was doing it my home like මම ගෙදර කරත් මම අර හොඳම ingredient දානවා කියන එක prices වැඩි වෙනකොට මම නෑ මේක දැන් price වැඩි මම කොහොමද bear කරන්නේ මට හැම වෙලේම ඕනකම නෑ මම හොඳම දේ තමයි දෙන්නේ මම මොන ප්‍රශ්නයාවත් I don't compromise the quality. ඒක කරන්නේ ගොඩක් අය අර ඒක ඇඟේම නැති වුණාම තමයි කරන්නේ. So entrepreneur කෙනෙක් වෙනවා කියන එක no it's not for everyone. It's for a certain mindset of people. But you can businessman කෙනෙක් වෙලා you can do the side hustle and thing. But being everyone cannot call yourself an entrepreneur.
I think what we take away from you is the passion and also the inspiration to not stop. I think, Rushma, what do you think?
Yeah, and there's so much I want to say, but we're at the end of the podcast. Bhagya, your grit, you said emotional grit, truly inspirational. I mean, Zara and I as well, both of us setting up this startup. We are going through our own challenges and different things and trying to figure out, and it's just like, but then that reminder of like why we started, going back to your, you really like refreshed that part of like, okay, we started this for this reason. And the fact that you talk about entrepreneurship as not just like, it's not about just making the profits. Your values are in it. And to be innovative as things go. We're looking for a social entrepreneurship is what we are in the line of. And so we are looking at, bridging a problem. And the problem keeps evolving in different ways. And we need to innovate as we go. Yeah. So really nice message. Thank you so much, Bhagya. And thank you, Zara.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you for inviting me. Thank you, Zara.
Hi, I'm Rushma.
Zara here
again. So if you like what you watch on this channel, please follow us for more because we are going to be bringing you a lot of stories from women in Sri Lanka who can inspire you, empower you, and motivate you. So to support us, please do
subscribe, like, and comment on our channel.
Thank you.
Thank you.